Hello and welcome to another episode of EMA Cloud Rant. Today with Rob Bissett from Virtustream. Rob, we are talking about enterprise workloads and how Virtustream can absorb those enterprise workloads, right? Because you're not requiring your customers to redo them, right? To turn them into microservices, to put them in containers. That's not necessary. Your claim to fame really is show me your most difficult enterprise workloads, your SAP, your Oracle, your whatever else there is that's difficult and monolithic and traditional. So basically 90% of all workloads, and then you migrate them into your Virtustream cloud. And how do you manage to do that at a good compromise between cost and risk to the customer and to yourself?
Yeah, I mean, the unicorns themselves were difficult to catch, but once we had them, the magic was easy. No, realistically speaking, it's about building competency, expertise, and bulletproof sort of templates and processes. Mm-hmm. So, very early on in our company history, our founders decided to take on ERP systems as our core focus. Right. Engineered an architecture designed to provide scale-up apps, high IO, guaranteed performance, guaranteed SLAs. Mm-hmm. And then we engineered processes around that. So we've built an enormous team of experts in various disciplines. So, sort of combining that expertise, the proper sort of ITIL-based processes and enterprise expertise, you can templatize is the wrong word, but you can affect those projects in a fairly efficient way. Mm-hmm. And that's really important because enterprises will often try to take these tasks on themselves, and they don't have the bench to do it. And that's really where you start to see these failed migrations happen, is when you don't have the bench and the time to do it properly.
And it's also about repetition, right? You do it Correct. All the time. It's your business versus for those guys, it's the big project of their lifetime. And if that goes wrong, then people will lose their jobs.
Yeah, and that's a phenomenal point, and that is that enterprises are undertaking these migrations not for the fun of the migration, and fun is metaphorically there. They're taking it on so that they can move on with their business. They can become more agile, be more flexible, work on innovating. But the thing is, if the migration project requires staffing up an enormous team and managing an 18-month project, you're falling farther behind, not accelerating. So we've built that competency so that enterprises can say, look, we don't want to invest in that as a core competency. We're going to work with Virtustream, who did invest in that as a core competency, and we can execute those projects programmatically more effectively than most enterprises are able to do it on their own for the cost.
And now, of course, there is everybody's favorite buzzword, right? Containers, Rob. Yep. And containers should help loosening that gravity of applications a little bit for you. And right, your sister VMware is coming out with a pivotal Kubo service or pivotal container service in Q4 this year, which will be integrated with vSphere and could be integrated with Virtustream, I would speculate, right? I mean, there's a lot of additional capabilities for the future that you could leverage here.
Yeah, and I think there's tremendous opportunity in, I'll call it the middle of enterprise applications. The enterprise class applications, you're not going to containerize ERP.
Right.
Not going to happen. But there are good technologies and strategies for those migrations. But the enterprises have spent years and years and years building applications that run on top of these systems of record. .NET applications, Java applications, they're more difficult to do a native migration. And I see a lot of upside to containerizing those applications as a methodology for migrating them. Basically re-platform them into containers rather than rebuilding them. I see a ton of opportunity for that. Pivotal obviously has been a leader in that space historically. The Pivotal Kubernetes service is going to give them a new tool in that coffer. Obviously, as part of the Dell family, we work closely with Virtustream and Pivotal from that regard. It's logical to look at that and think that we'll continue to grow that, though obviously, we're not going to give away any roadmap secrets today.
As a customer, all I need to know is that you have vSphere, right, in your portfolio. And
we do.
If that's what I'm using, and then I can expect a bridge to Virtustream, and that bridge goes through containers. That's my personal speculation here. So thank you, Rob, very much. This was another episode of EMA Cloud Rant.
Thank you very much.